Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 5 and it is round 2 of our Ace Academy BMW HP2 Cup right here in my almost home circuit. This is Brands Hatch, a little bit further down south for me, but I do love this circuit, and this is round 2. So far, Sacred Meerkat in the lead with 25 points, and I do believe it was Sergio, Gilzo and Charlie ahead of me, and then I was in 5th place. But we have a decent spot to qualify well here, only 0.6 of a second behind Gilzo as it stands, and we do have Liam ahead of us just on circuit. It looks like he's going a little bit deep into Druid, so we might be able to get through. Not quite yet, but maybe into the Graham Hill bend if I can squeeze through. Not yet. Could do with a slipstream going in 30s, but he has gone a little bit deep. Let's take over in the left-hander as Gilzo improves the lap time, so the benchmark, the goalposts have been moved once again. But now into Surtees we bring on the power. So the last time we played in Brands Hatch was a couple of days ago in a short, brief training moment, and there was a bit of an audio glitch which occurred where everything sounded like it was underwater. Now, I have no idea if that's going to happen here, but so far it's not, so thumbs up from me, good stuff. I'm quite happy that that isn't happening, because honestly it sounds horrific. I don't know if you've experienced Brands Hatch online and had that glitch. It is just damn near horrible. So into the right hand side for Dingledell, and then into probably one of the most difficult corners in Ride 5, the Sheen's right-hander here in Brands Hatch. A little bit deep into Sterling's. I like to go quite tight for the apex end. I don't think I got the right exit coming out, and being up against competition in this online cup, you just know a normal lap is not going to do it. You need a phenomenal lap on board the HP2 to have a sniff of getting on the front row. And across the line, we only improved a smidge, going up to a 1:27.423. I don't know why the lap time in the middle of the screen there portrayed the last lap, but as it stands, we're still a good 0.6 of a second behind the Irishman. Oh, and then bettered by Gilzo, by Cheshire Charlie beating Gilzo. He's gone up to the top spot with a 1:26.820. As I've gone a bit wide there, that will yield some penalty. Unfortunately, that is a problem going into the Graham Hill bend. It's very easy to just run it a bit too deep and get onto the green. As it got very tight to the apex there. Beautiful apex into the left-hander of Surtees, and now across the line, not the line, under the bridge. Oh, we lost 0.3. Not a good performance into the Hawthorne bend. Almost losing the rear there. Look at it bouncing forwards and backwards. The HP2 boxer looking like a boxer at this stage. Bouncing around, happy to see its owner. And onto the right-hand side we go again from Dingledell into the right-hander. Very tight to the apex. Not bad, actually, not bad. Is it? Ooh, we gained a 10th, but we have got a penalty of a 10th as well, so this will not be an improvement. And judging at the time we have left, 4.5 minutes, should have enough to get 2 more laps in, maybe 3 if we're fortunate. I never know how the timer works in this game when online, but charging down the somewhat of a straight onto the line, we did improve. How the hell did we improve there with penalty? I don't know how that worked, but we did improve ever so slightly, or did we not? I think it's the same time. I don't know, the middle of the screen is always very misleading and not easy to understand. But we have a rider who's in 16th place ahead of us. I can't quite see who that is as we drop 0.004 of a second into the first sector. Now into the left-hand side. I'm beginning to get a little bit more confident upon the brakes as we go into the left-hander. I didn't quite see who that was. But my main issue at the moment is I'm still braking like I'm playing MotoGP 23. Not fully pressing the brake. In Ride 5 you can really hit the brake like full, where I tend to only hit full briefly and then reduce down to maybe like 85% on the brakes, let's say. Good point coming in here into the Westfield bend. It's like a 50% brake. Maybe I should brake a little bit harder, I don't really know. I never have the confidence here in Ride 5 to do that, so maybe I'll start giving it a try. But when it's mid-race and mid-practice session, it's not the time to start practicing new things. But into the left-hander for Sterling's, we will be improving. Hopefully, this is just good enough to keep my second row position, because I'm quite good at starting here in Ride 5, and decent at starting in MotoGP 23 as well, unless you're watching MotoGP career mode. So I do feel confident that if we start anywhere on the second row, we should have a chance. Across the line is not an improvement. It is an improvement. I don't know why that, that middle part is completely misleading. It was an improvement to a 1:27.221, and it does mean that we'll have one lap left because 40 seconds plus the time we've got. Yeah, we'd never get another lap in. So Perky is ahead of us. Can we use his slipstream going on to 30s and then beyond? Oh, Charlie's now gone to the top. And then Gilzo goes to the top. This might be the only time I've seen Meerkat not take 2 pole positions in a row. I mean, he didn't take the first pole position either, did he, actually, now I think about it? I think it might have been Gilzo or Sergio. Very interesting stuff. I think it was Gilzo who took pole. He is a bit of a super pole guy, though, isn't he? He's spectacular in the qualifying sessions and in the time trials. I think that's one thing I've always not been great at. The qualifying, the time trials, it's never really my thing. But put me in the race situation, I think I can stay with them. I'm hoping for a podium here today. Fingers are definitely crossed. I wasn't successful in Nürburgring, although I did get a good start. But here, different ball game here in Brands Hatch. I went here a couple of years ago, so I know how beautiful the circuit is in real life. But here we go then. 1 minute 32nd on the board. You know what? I think we will get one more lap, because regardless of when it hits the end timer, it'll always add 40 more seconds on. So regardless if you're on a good lap or not, it's just 40 seconds to finish. So across the line, no, it is not an improvement because that was the previous lap. So it's still a 1:27.221 as it stands. Meerkat has gone back to the top. In fact, Meerkat won our DrAce British Superbike 600cc championship in this very circuit. It was the 600s, the Super Sport class, of course. He was in a duel with the MotoGP eSport World Champion Jack Hammer 4658. So hope to see them to do battle once again in the DrAce PSP series. That should be coming hopefully soon, maybe after Christmas. That would be exactly 1 year since we did it last time. And as it stands, we should improve on this lap. We're very close to not improving, but I think at this point we should be good. We're on to the brakes we go now for the right-hander. Into the Westfield bend, steady. Downshifted a bit too prematurely there. Quick look behind us, make sure we're not hindering anyone, but on our own as it stands, we're in 7th place. How can we not get on the second row in this one? This is not good. I think my electronic settings are holding me back, you know. At the moment I'm running no traction control, 1 anti-wheelie, no ABS, and 4 on the engine brake. I'm beginning to believe that maybe my anti-wheelie is holding me back because I'm so slow in the straights. We'll have to figure that out, but we've got plenty more rounds to cotton on whether that's exactly it. We didn't improve, but we will take a look at the qualifying results at the end of this one. So as it stands, this is the provisional until all the penalties are taken away. Now, I also understand that regardless if you take a penalty once anywhere in the session, your lap time will always show as a penalty. On the next screen, it should fix itself. So as it stands, that's what it is at the moment. Charlie and Sergio didn't make it to the front row. Gilzo has just taken pole at the death there. He has as well. Gilzo on pole, 1:26.322 for him. Meerkat, Jalana, Charlie, Sergio 23. Gravestone got ahead of me. And oh my goodness, I'm down in 7th. Not ideal now, unfortunately. This is a long scroll down to the bottom. We do have 17 players here today. And you can just see my lap time there with a 1:27.221. So nothing special. And it's certainly nothing to compete with the boys at the front. I've got to do some big work here. So here it is then, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for round 2 of the DrAce Academy BMW HP2 Cup. Away we go. Good start is what's required here as we bring on the power. Not a bad start, but coming around the outside of Gilzo, we certainly need something because we didn't get the best of launch. Oh goodness me, who's that? That was that Max B who went through? Was my teammate? Oh, Gilzo! Wow, what was that? We had a massive contact there. What's happened to the sound? What's going on? I can't hear my bike. Is that? I hope it's not done that thing again. I can only hear Meerkat's bike. I can't hear my own. But into the left-hander, closing in a bit too quickly here, right onto the neck of Meerkat. Oh no! I upshifted to 4th by mistake. I can't hear my bike. All I can hear is Meerkat's. It sounds so strange. I mentioned this in the qualifying just 10 minutes ago. I can't hear my own bike. All I can hear is the others around me. You know what? It's actually really clever because I can hear Meerkat's and I can hear Jalana's, but my own shifting is just sounding weird. I've gone deep. No. I cannot afford to lose any space to Meerkat. But I tell you what, this is the best position I could have dreamt for. Yeah, I can't hear my bike. This is really weird. I think it's more noticeable when I'm on my own and I'm downshifting. Yeah, it sounds like I'm underwater. This is the exact same glitch we had a few days ago. You're alright until someone crashes or you make contact, and then everything goes weird. Yeah, that sounds so strange. I think sometimes my videos I usually do have the voice too high, and then you can't hear the bike, but this is no fault of mine. This is the game just being strange. I can't hear anything. I mean, if you're not sure of the difference, just compare it to the qualifying a moment ago. It's completely different. Oh, it sounds so strange. It sounds so weird, and it's so cloudy as well, so it's a bit of a difference in the conditions. Sergio23 is now behind me. He's a good 9/10 of a second, so probably in the next couple of laps he'll be right with me. But at the moment, all we got to do is focus on that number 93 ahead of us, formerly the number 29. But the man born in 1993 is rocking the Marquez number. Good entry into the Westfield Bend. Looks like Jlan is now back up to third, so the Portuguese rider representing his country, he's up to third position on the final spot of the rostrum. And then with 8.5 laps to go, I can no longer hear Meerkat's bike, and I can hardly hear my own. Oh, it sounds so weird. You can tell how loud it is, or how quiet it is rather, because when you go to the rumble strip and get onto the curb, you can just tell how quiet it is. Very strange, or at least rather the opposite. You can tell how loud the curb and the rumble strip is compared to the engine noise, and you can hear the wind. This is strange, really weird. But it is what it is. Apologies if it's going to make the video seem a bit odd, but there's not a lot I can do. And I've got to say, I'm keeping up with Meerkat. The gap is still 1.3. Maybe he's just riding within himself, or in fact, he might have the same issue as well. Those with semi-automatic gears will probably not experience the trouble, but for yourself trying to hit the brakes and then downshift and upshift, it's difficult. Oh, that's close. I almost went off the circuit there. If I can just get a smidge of slipstream, I could stay with him. The slipstream effect here in Ride 5 is extremely strong, so this would be enough to keep me in the hunt for the win, but unfortunately, if Meerkat's too good. He doesn't make mistakes. That's the I'm going to say the problem with him, because it's not a problem for him, it's a problem for us. He doesn't make mistakes. I'll be damned if he makes a mistake in this one, then my god, I will jump for joy, because it'll be the only time he's ever really made one. He was stellar in our British Superbike Championship as well. I mean, he was pretty much nailing it in the majority of all of the championships, but he did have some connection woes, and he was taken out by Long Boy Dam, which was never ideal as Meerkat goes across the right-hander there. I've never seen him go that tight to the apex, and that gap has come down to 1.2. Are we closing in on the BSB champion? We bring on the power again. We're pulled a 2-second advantage to Jalana now, and I'm trying my best to keep up with Sacred Meerkat. Think of that for a comment. I am doing my level best to keep up with Sacred Meerkat. You don't hear that every day. And if you do, they're lying. No one keeps up with Sacred Meerkat, but I'm just barely holding on. I hope I can do this. I hope, just at the very least... Ah, I've messed that up in Surtees. Should probably concentrate on the power once again. We're charging down the straight. There's absolutely no noise from this HP2. Oh, what has happened? Milestone, please fix this. This is awful. Maybe we avoid brands... Oh, how can we avoid brands actually for a British Superbike Cup? Maybe when we do that, hopefully then it'll be fixed. We'll have to get on the blower to Milestone. Hey, this isn't right. We're all our bikes are underwater. Sounds so weird. Closing it. The gap is still 1.3, 1.4. Am I matching Meerkat's pace? I don't think so. I mean, he must be riding within himself at this point. He knows he's got this one done, unless he's trying to give me a little bit of a content inspiration. Keep the viewers watching for a bit longer. Thank you, Ash. I appreciate that, Meerkat. Just keeping the boys watching a little bit longer as we dive into the right-hander for the Paddock Hill bend. I'm quite nifty going into there. I can seem to hold my own a bit. But now into the right-hander, I do fear that gap is approaching the 1.6, 1.7 mark. I think he's in that rhythm now. I think he must have adjusted to the fact of the underwater sound. Yeah, he's pulling away. He must have heard me. No, do it for the content, meerkat. He kept me honest for... At least I kept him honest for a couple of laps. But I think... Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, I'm pushing too hard now. It's 2 seconds. I think he's done me. Oh, my God. He always gets the best out of me, though. I've got to be honest. Whether I am second behind him, third, fourth, whatever position it is, if I'm behind the sacred one, you better believe my best lap times come in. It's just fact. It's just the way it goes. And it's not just the toe, because at this point I'm still too far away to get a toe. But it's seeing his performance, seeing his skill. You can pick it up and subconsciously get into the corners the same way. Although I did make a mess into Sheens, and I think that has now officially ended my chance of a victory in this one. But the interest part now will be, will I lose the 2 second gap to Jlana, or will it be pretty much start from 7th and finish 2nd? I would put that down as a bloody good job, and I would certainly be happy with that one. So now into the right-hander. Closing in. No, we're not. We lost a bit of time there. Ah, that's disappointing. It's just a big question, isn't it, to keep up with Sacred Meerkat. You might be able to get him in the time trial. You might be able to get him in a one-lap qualifier. Who knows? But a full race distance, 10%, whatever, maybe more, it's difficult. It's very challenging. But there's one thing I would always say is we do bring and uplift our aces, and here's the man to uplift today, because he's been on another level. As always, he's looking at 50 out of 50 championship points for our cup. And Jlana behind us. I think this will be his first podium. In fact, it'll be both our first podiums. I recruited Jlana a few days ago in the Discord server. And we've raced in the past. In fact, all three of us have raced in the past at Superbike 22. Had some cracking races. Jlana was very fast in that one as well. Very fast. And I think I was pretty good at Superbike 22 myself. I was able to keep up with a lot of riders. Lap times were a little bit slower than Meerkat's, but not miles behind. Where in Ride 4, Ride 5, he's always a second or maybe 2 seconds faster than me. I was a bit closer in those ones. I think I'm close in MotoGP as well, but it's not enough. It's not enough to really defeat him and dethrone him from his space as top ace. And as it now goes to almost 4 seconds, it's the resolve, isn't it? You lose that second to Meerkat and it just kills your momentum. Really is great to see 17 riders in this cup so far, though. So for everyone who has competed and is watching this video afterwards, just want to say a big thank you to everyone who has competed. We lost a couple of riders a few days ago, a bit too eager on the power there, and majority of the people are still here, so really appreciate that. I say a few days ago, it was the race a couple of minutes ago, we lost a couple. And then in the next race, very much looking forward to, will be Laguna Seca. And that'll be uploaded sometime this week, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed already, now's a great time to do so. And of course, if you do like the content as well, hit the like button, because we are very close now to 10,000 subscribers. And I'm super excited to reach that milestone, so I would really appreciate if you help me out to get to there. I would be chuffed. If I can get 10k before Christmas, it'd be the best Christmas present I can ask for. But anyway, enough about that. We're still charging, we're still pushing, still trying to keep up with the Sacred One, and I've got to be honest, I'm ready for a drink. And there's no real long straight here, so I don't think I can get my hand on the bottle to reach over, maybe a little bit, but I don't want to risk it, so I better not. But my throat is definitely getting dry. I've been able to keep the gap to Jlana away from dropping under the sub 2 second mark. We'll see across the line who's in pursuit of him. It's Gravestone. This has been a very unlikely top 4. Gilzo had a bit of a disaster. Was he taken out into turn 1? I think he might have done. When Max B, my teammate, came through, unfortunately, it looked like he took out one of the Castrol Hondas, Castrol BMW, should I say, and it could have been Gilzo. But then I think I made contact with Gilzo when we had that weird moment into turn 2, into Druids. So I'm none the wiser, to be honest with you. I'd have to watch this video back once I've finished, and then we can decide what happened. I don't think there was anything egregious there. I don't think Max did anything particularly ridiculous. I think he probably just went for the lunge, went for the brakes, and unfortunately lost the front. I don't know, but it's hard to judge when we're sitting here still racing. But with 3 laps to go, we are getting closer and closer. And I've got to say, I really, really want Ride 5 to get the individual times on the right hand side of the screen. We have it in MotoGP and it's so interesting to see what lap times you're doing, but here it's just no help. We can't see anything. I can't see my previous bests, I can't see what lap time my best was. Just nothing, just have to accept that we're getting decent lap times in, so there's not much I can really commentate on for that side, but onto the brakes. I noticed Meerkat goes quite deep into the Clark curve and then brings on the power. I'm trying to encourage myself to do that sort of racing line. But as we charge across the line here, I'm losing 0.8 of a second. So I was well comfortably into the low 27s earlier, but I haven't been anywhere close to the 27s since. And I've just noticed in the left-hand side of the screen, Sacred Meerkat is coming up to a back marker. And something I've implored everyone to do is to move out of the way of the riders, and it looks like whoever that is in 17th has done that. Brilliant. Love to see it. One of my biggest pet peeves is when a back marker is getting the blue flag and doesn't move. It's frustrating and it's very annoying for the rider in front. So I'm hoping whoever is in 17th, as someone in 14th has just crashed. That's an interesting battle there for 15th and 14th, because there's a point or two on offer between the pair of them. And now to the right hand side, I'm hoping the blue flags are being waved to the person in 17th, and it seems to be Rainer. I don't know how to pronounce Neko Matamasters, I think that's how you pronounce it. He's in 17th, so hopefully Rainer will move out of the way. Oh, a little bit deep, and they've gone down. Oh no, she's crashed into the left-hander, no, right-hander into Sheens there. So unfortunately, I mean, she got out of the way. I can't blame her for that. God bless her. She moved out of the way, but I didn't want her to crash, because that puts her in a situation now where she has to fight for 16th. No, she was in 17th. Yeah, okay, cool. And someone's in 16th there who's also going to get caught up by Sacred Meerkat. Who is it in 16th? So it's Liam. Liam's in 16th, so he's about to get caught up as well. We might be able to see him on the right-hand side there. Not quite, but someone is on the right. And we now have a 4-second advantage to Jlana. 6 seconds behind Meerkat on this final lap. I think he's going to win this one comfortably. And then into the left, we are still holding on to our second place when the bikes sound underwater as well. Not bad. Not a bad effort if I do say so myself. But into the left-hander. Keep it in, keep it in, keep it in. And then bring on the power. Oh, slight correction there just to avoid touching the curb. And then into the Hawthorne bend. I was hoping we could see Meerkat approach the second of the back markers, but unfortunately not. Now into the right-hand side. There's the marshal, readied with the yellow flag. I don't know what he's trying to assume. And now into the right again for Westfield Bend. So it may not have been the most interesting race this one today, but I'm pleased to say that I will be finishing on the podium if all goes well. Into the right-hander for Sheens. Pretty decent. A little bit loose upon the acceleration there. But I didn't change it for this race because I was in a good situation already, but now I'm beginning to wonder whether we change the anti-wheelie. Maybe we turn it off for the next race in Laguna Seca. I'm not yet decided. Meerkat gets across the line. He is now victorious here in Brands Hatch, and I'm going to be charging to get across the line in second place. Oh my god, the rider just ejected from the seat. What happened there? Good lord. Well, we do finish in second. Jlana finishes in third. Ignore the graphic because it's just swapped it round with a weird sort of transition there between the players. So once this timer is ended, we'll then get an accurate representation of the finished results. But what I can say, there were some very close lap times in that race. I was 0.3 of a second or 0.4 of a second behind Meerkat's fastest. Sergio 23 also was 0.3. I need to see this in a moment actually. So when this camera changes, we got Meerkat 126.6, myself 126.9. Yeah, those lap times are pretty close. Very interesting performance. Now, if there wasn't so much carnage at the beginning, this could have been one hell of a fight. And then scrolling down to the bottom, that is your 17 of 17 finishes. And teammate Max, he got me 2 points. So cheers, Max. We are moving up into the team standings. But guys, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching the video. I do hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Ciao for now. Oh, hi. Didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.